Question number 4 from section 2.6, graphs of basic function. Here we're given a piecewise defined function and we want to evaluate the function at the given value. We're given f of x is equal to, and you see these two branches here. This little squiggly bracket means that the function can be either the top function, which is 2x, or the bottom function, x minus 2, depending on what the given values are. So here, if x, the value that you're plugging in, is less than or equal to 1, you're going to plug it into the top function, top piece of the function. If the value x is greater than 1, you're going to plug that value into the bottom part of the function. The first one, we want to find f of negative 5. We want to plug negative 5 into the function, but we have to first decide which branch to plug it into. Since negative 5 is less than or equal to 1, we're going to plug negative 5 into the top branch. So we are evaluating f of negative 5 by plugging it into 2x. So we replace x with negative 5, and when we simplify, we get negative 10. Check your answer. The second one we're asked to find is f of positive 1. F of positive 1, we have to decide which branch to plug it into, either the top branch or the bottom branch, and it all depends on the inequality. 1 is less than or equal to positive 1. 1 is less than or equal to 1. So we're going to use the top branch. So we're going to replace the x in the top branch with the value 1. Simplify it to get 2. Check your answer. Okay, the last part of this is to evaluate the function for f of positive 5. So again, we have to look at the piecewise defined function to determine which branch. Since 5 is greater than 1, 5 is greater than 1, we are going to plug it into the bottom branch, replacing the x with 5 to get 5 minus 2. Simplify it to get 3. Check your answer. Fantastic. So this is an example of a piecewise defined function. Number 5 is similar, but instead of having 2 pieces, we have 3 pieces. So we want to evaluate f of negative 4. We have to figure out what inequality will x equals negative 4 satisfy. It's going to satisfy the first one here. X is less than or equal to negative 1. Well, the x that we're given is negative 4. And negative 4 is less than or equal to negative 1. So we're going to replace the x in the top piece with the value of negative 4. When we simplify it, it's going to be 1 minus 4, and in parentheses I'm going to substitute negative 4. When we simplify 1 minus 4 times negative 4, this becomes a 1 plus 16, which equals 17. So we use the top branch since the input value negative 4 is less than or equal to 1, negative 1. For the next one, we want to evaluate the function given f of negative 3 and decide which piece to plug it into. The first piece is for all the x values less than or equal to negative 1. The second piece is for all the x values between negative 1 and positive 7. And the last piece is all the x values greater than or equal to 7. So again, negative 3, we're going to plug that into the top piece since negative 3 is less than or equal to negative 1. We're going to replace the x in the top branch with negative 3. And that'll bring us 1 minus 4 times negative 3. 1 plus 12 equals 13. Check your answer. To find f of 4, we have to decide what branch to plug it into. 4 is not less than or equal to negative 1, but 4 is between negative 1 and 7. So we're going to use this piece here because negative 1 is less than 4 and 4 is less than 7. So that 4, we're going to replace the x in the piecewise defined function in the middle piece by the given value for x. So this is going to be 4 times 4. That'll give us 16. So f of 4 equals 16. F of 6. To evaluate f of 6, again, we need to determine what piece. 6 is a number between -1 and 7, so we're gonna plug that into the middle branch, replacing the x with 6. So 4 times 6 is 24. F of 6 equals 24. The last part of this is to evaluate f of 7. F of 7. F of 7 satisfies actually the last condition here. Since 7 is greater than or equal to 7, 7 is equal to 7, so we plug 7 into the x, into the last piece. 5 times x, 5 times 7 plus 4 is 35 plus 4, which is equal to 39. F of 7 is equal to 39. So with the piecewise defined function to evaluate, you need to first figure out what condition it satisfies. In this case, does it satisfy the first condition, the second condition, or the third condition, using these inequalities, the if statements, and plug in the given value into the appropriate branch.